2018 is upon us, and with it, a whole new year of games to come out and enjoy, hate, slam, whatever you want to do to any game that comes out this year. I mean, games are universal. You could hate them, you could love them, you could do anything you want with them, you know? So, I thought it would be fun to begin the year basically the same way I ended 2017 and look at the top 5 games I am most excited to see this year. So let's dig in. First up is Metro Exodus. So this is the third game in the franchise of the Metro franchise, with Metro 2033 and Metro Last Light coming before it. And these were awesome story-based shooters, which is pretty rare nowadays. So I'm really excited to see the third game in the franchise come out, because it really is more reminiscent to games like Half-Life 2 and, well, I mean, Half-Life series as a whole, back when those were still being made. Just that awesome story-driven narrative. Not necessarily like the same type of gameplay, obviously, since it doesn't involve as much physics like Half-Life 2 did, but it's still a very, very strong story. Really trippy story at that. Like, I loved the story in 2033 and Last Light. They were so out there. It was amazing. Now, obviously, these games are all based on a book franchise, Metro 2033. Obviously, the first game in the franchise was named after that. Last Light kind of went off in its own direction. They actually had the original writer help write the story for that, so it was pretty cool. And then the story of that evolved so much that he actually ended up writing the third book, Metro 2035, to expand upon Last Light as a direct continuation of his Metro 2033 and Metro 2034 books. So I honestly want to pick these books up sometime just to read them as well, because I think that would be so awesome. If you haven't played Metro 2033 or Last Light, there's still plenty of time to get those finished up before Exodus comes out. And honestly, totally worth it. They came out with the Redux versions for PS4, Xbox One, and PC a couple years back. So pick those up. They're usually on sale for about $7.50 for both of them. So honestly, dirt cheap, really good games. Try them out. And then Exodus is coming out this year if you like them. At number 4, we have Shenmue 3. Yeah, this was a very big surprise announcement back at E3 during Sony's press conference a couple years back. They announced they wanted to do Shenmue 3, but they needed our help and basically put the whole game up on Kickstarter. I immediately backed it because I loved Shenmue 1 and 2. I played Shenmue back on Dreamcast, maybe back in 2006, and then picked up Shenmue 2 for my OG Xbox that same year as well, and just absolutely loved them. Little sad that I couldn't do the continuation from Shenmue 1 to Shenmue 2 like you could on the Dreamcast versions if you lived in PAL regions or Japan. So unfortunately I didn't get to experience the character transfer up and all that, but how cool would it be if they could figure out a way to use a Dreamcast VMU or an original Xbox memory card to let you transfer your Shenmue 2 progress onto this game? That would be legit. I know that probably wouldn't happen, but it'd also be really cool if they could release some sort of digital comic or graphic novel to let you experience the stories of Shenmue 1 and 2 prior to, or with Shenmue 3's launch. That way people that have never played them could actually just hop right into this game and know exactly what's going on. Kind of like what they did with Mass Effect 2 and Mass Effect 3. At number 3, we have Anthem from BioWare, and this one I'm pretty excited about because it is BioWare's take on the shared shooter genre, sort of like Destiny. And with BioWare's history of RPGs, and honestly with the awesome shooter mechanics that they developed for Mass Effect, I'm really excited to see where this one ends up. We don't have a whole lot of information about this one just yet, so I'm excited to see the build up throughout this year till it launches later this year. And who knows, maybe it'll even be playable at this year's E3. That'd be really exciting.
The story doesn't end here.
At number 2, we have Mega Man 11. Yes, Mega Man is coming back. I could not be more excited. While it's true I may be more of a fan of the Mega Man X, Mega Man Legends series than the original Mega Man series, I am still happy to see Capcom finally bringing love back to the Blue Bomber. And if this game does well, and the announced Mega Man X collection does well as well, maybe we can finally see new games in other franchises in the Mega Man franchises like Mega Man X9. That is honestly what I hope for, but until then, Mega Man 11 is coming. I am super excited, and honestly, thank you Capcom for finally giving your old franchises back some love outside of HD remixes.
Approaching fast from the rear.
So I'm gonna try to get through this one without bawling my eyes out here, guys. I'm sorry, but at number 1 we have Ace Combat 7, and I adore this franchise. It honestly led me to choosing some decisions in my life, like joining the Air Force. So this franchise is honestly one of the most special franchises to me personally. And the fact that they announced 7 a couple years ago, I've been excited, but after Assault Horizon was kind of a piece of trash, I got even more excited to see that we were going back to Strange Reel. They were going back to the storytelling of traditional Ace Combat, and I am so happy. Like, every time I watch this trailer, I seriously just bust into tears, and I can't help it. Like, it's just something that happens because, again, this franchise was a defining moment of my life. Like, I chose to join the freaking military because of this franchise. The game is gonna take place I think a decade after 5, and that's my favorite time period in the story, honestly. And they already said it wasn't going to be as long as 5, unfortunately, but as long as it has anywhere near the same replay value, and if they put in a pretty awesome multiplayer like they had for well, 6 was alright and Infinity was alright, so if we could get a multiplayer that's anywhere near as good, hopefully better than those two, I will be so happy. This is also going to be the game that probably makes me finally break down and buy a VR headset, because playing this game on the PSVR at E3 was just astounding. I'm sad that it's exclusive to PSVR because I'd much rather have a VR headset for my PC like an Oculus or a Vive that are of much better quality than the PSVR, but honestly it was that good I might actually have to break down and get it. And there you have it, my top 5 most anticipated games of 2018. There are quite a few honorable mentions as well, like MechWarrior 5 and stuff, but honestly, this right here is the 5 most that I'm looking forward to in 2018. I'm hoping they turn out really well. I'm hoping to see some surprises from Shenmue 3. I know everyone's kind of been bashing on that one with the art style they've chosen, but honestly, I'm just happy to get a Shenmue 3 to continue the story after Shenmue 2. So, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. As always, I want to hear your thoughts. What are your 5 most anticipated games of 2018? Is it going to be the next COD? Is it going to be the next Assassin's Creed, FIFA? Like, regardless of what it is that you're looking forward to this year, I want to hear about it. Leave a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe. And as always, thank you for taking the time to watch these videos. And if you wouldn't mind hitting that share button, that always helps me out, helps grow the channel, lets me make more content and talk to more of you, which I enjoy the most out of doing anything on here. I love talking to you guys. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day.